Right, welcome to today's video. What we're doing today, the van, if you've been following the channel, you'll see that we've been doing this up gradually over the last few months to get it to where we want. So we're going to do the grand van tour. We'll show you inside, outside, all the mods that we've done. So stay tuned and hopefully you'll find it interesting. Right, so starting from the outside, what have we done? I'll try and work it out in the order what we did. So we got some guy out to fit deadlocks. So we've got deadlocks on here, the double barn doors, and then the other side door. We've had a tow bar fitted down there, nice one with a pin, so it can tow a trailer with a ring type shackle or whatever you call it, ring type hitch. We put the roof bars on. The pipe tube, that was the one that was on the school door. We've put a little one on the school door now on Jack's van. And what else have we done? Obviously the sign writing. We've still got a little bit of sign writing to do on this side load door. I've got some writing on there to say what we do. We have like pat test, emergency light testing, etc, etc. Same as on the school door. I'll do that at some point. What else do we do? Oh, I know what we did. On the front, if you come around here, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it easily. The thing is with these vans, they don't have a sump guard, and the sump guard's plastic. I don't know whether you can see under there. Can you try sticking that camera under there, Jack? So we bought a metal sump guard. I don't know whether you'll be able to see that. If not, I'll show you that in better detail at some point. Just obviously, I didn't like to think plastic sump guard, if something got chucked up might break it, so we got that. And I think that about everything. Yeah. Oh, alarm, we fitted another alarm. I fitted this Clifford alarm. It has got a factory alarm on, but we've got this two-way alarm, so it basically, I'll quickly show you. So if we set it, and that'll show it's locked, and this has a range of about a quarter of a mile, so if it gets tampered with, it'll ping to see if somebody's interfering with. I'll see if I can do the little test here. So if I give it a little, so I just did the warning bleep there, and it's showing us there that somebody's knocked it or what have you. So that's what we've done there security wise. There's a few other little bits and bobs, but I'm going to keep those top secret at the minute. Right, so where are we going to start? We'll open these back doors. You've got to bear in mind we have been using this for about 2 months now, so it's not as nice and neat and tidy as what it was originally, but the flooring's still holding up well. I'm quite pleased with that. It's nice and tough. A bit grubby, we've wiped it out, Jack wiped it out with a sponge, but it's solid, it's fairly good. I think the last video you'll have seen the racking gone in, but it won't have had this drawer in here. So I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll lift these steps out, get these out the way. Oh, that light's gone off. That's the only thing, these lights don't stay on very long. I don't know why, but if I shut that, yeah, come back on. Right, this might be a bit of a pain, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so we've got all the racking, we've got a few more of these boxes on here. Now I did mention on the last video where we did the racking, I was going to make something to stop these boxes from coming off. So I've simply put these little black modesty blocks on there. I've had to position them different for different boxes, and the top ones, these lights. Can you see all right still? Yeah, we'll just open the side load door, get these lights back on. They'll probably go off, we'll just have to bear with it. So yeah, so we've got the little modesty blocks screwed on there, so that these boxes just lift in and out, nice and simple, like that, and it locks them all in. Before I go through what we've got, I'll show you this drawer. So obviously we've got this space under here for things like drain rods, cable, rods, spirit level, brush handle. The end of the brush is in this drawer. When that pulls out, that's a full length, so we've got bits like me naily pad, saw straps, just general like odds and sods like that. And then a bit of pipe lag and little short lengths of copper pipe that are too short to keep in that pipe carrier. Little bits like that. Obviously the charging station, that I showed you that in the last thing, but we've moved the socket. There was a power socket over there. That's now this side, so it's nice and neat, and I've put an on-off switch there so it's not running all the time. I just have to flick it on if I've got batteries in there. Got the little portable work light there, clips in and out. It's quite good. That was a little cheapie off of eBay or somewhere for about 15 quid, might not have even been. I don't think I got 2 for 20 quid. Yeah, but it seems to work well. I've got these sealant racks on there, one on that door, one on the other door. I'm trying to keep this side clear as much as I can, other than that rail with the breakers. And I've got my little trolley in that side there, which I haven't actually even used yet. That's in there for if I do need it. Oh, here's a handy bit of kit. The bottle. I probably don't have to explain what that's for, but it's not pineapple juice that I keep in there. That lives down there at the front. We'll go around here. I'll shut that door and open it again, get these lights on. I always keep this in here. I've never used it. Jack used it the other day. First time he christened it. It's always worth keeping a portaloo in there just in case. So I've got some of these little Milwaukee pack out tubs there just for keeping odds and sods in. I've tried to make everything as accessible as I can. That drill I used to always, my SDS drill used to always be in the cupboard, and it used to be an absolute pain to get to. There's now, it just hangs on there. Other power tools are in this cupboard here. I'll just unlock that to show you. I think we're just going to have to bear with these lights going off, which is one of those things there. So we've got me a few bits and bobs in there, a few power tools and things like that. And I've got all my drawers labelled nicely there. So I'll unlock these. In the top drawer there, what we've got in there, O-rings, circlips, grub screws, kits, etc. So literally just bits there. What's that? Circlips, O-rings, fibre washers, bits and bobs like that. What's that? Roll pins, grub screws, just a few odds and sods, really, taps, blades, things like that. The odd few drill bits. Next drawer down is my electrical, so we've got bits and bobs there, crimps, heat shrink, Wago boxes, a couple of whisker boxes, cable ties, just general bits and bobs like that, electrical sundries and bits and pieces. Next one's the plumbing. Again, just odds and sods, a few spare tap reviver kits, tap valves, stop taps, gate valves, just bits and pieces really. A few bits for toilets, seals and radiator valve. A couple of flexes, don't like using them really, but they sometimes get you out, or if you've got to swap one over. So yeah, just bits and bobs like that. Tools, a few bits and bobs. What's that? Chisels, I think, isn't it? Chisels, flat bits, just odds and sods. Again, little bits and bobs that I don't need day in, day out. So there. Let's get this locked. There's the electrical bag. We'll just keep that on there, and then we've got this little parts cabinet. Got it all nicely labelled up. Some people say I'm anal and what have you, but I think I'm organised with everything in here, sort of. Well, I'm not even going to go through all these, but intercom spares, seals, washers, you name it. If it's not in this van, it doesn't exist. Bits of everything, fuses, plugs, batteries, bits and bobs. Be on all day, I could do another video just showing you all that lot. Right. What else is there? Oh, little little screw box. This, in the old van, this used to be on top of other stuff. Again, just making that accessible. Just have a few odds and sods of screws and plugs. The main ones in the back. But we've got that. Oh, this little white roll holder, that's quite good as well. I think I got that holder, this document holder for me labels and things like that, and the 2 silicon racks. Oh, and there's some, I think there's another metal like shelf around there. Just there's that grey one there, that there. Got them all from the same place. They're quite good. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've got in the back. Right, so I'm going to show you what I've got in the boxes and things. First of all, this here, absolutely fantastic, this Milwaukee pack out drill holder. I used to keep my drill, my impact gun, used to just always be shoved in the cupboard at the front, in my other van, not this one. And my drill I used to just keep in the general maintenance bag. So if I was going to do like an electrical job and I needed my drill drive or drill or whatever, I'd have to rake it out of there. Whereas now I keep it in there and I just take it. If I'm taking that bag, I'll grab that off there. Just works far easier. Few drill bits, screwdriver bits and pieces in here, you know, just far better. Right, I'll hop inside and I'll show you what I've got. What we like light-wise. Can you see all right there?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yep. Right, I'll pull things back a bit. I tell you what, I'll open this door and it'll let a bit of light in, won't it? Oh, I've brought them lights on. We'll leave this door open. That's probably better, isn't it? I'll open this one as well. Let a bit of light in. Should be right in there, God. Right, so in my other van I used to have all my plumbing stuff for toilets in the drawers. It was a bigger unit and it wasn't too bad, but obviously you had to take what you wanted to do in a toilet, so I've sort of split things up. So I'll tell you what, we'll start at the bottom. So cable, I've actually just got cable in there, just a couple of rolls of flex. That's mainly what we use, like at Furniture Village we use a lot of flex and stuff. A few bits of twin and earth, just general bits of cable. So that lives in there. These crates are handy because you know, if you're going to do not so much with the cable, again, modesty blocks down there to stop them coming out. I'll just whip this off. So for toilets, for instance, if you're going in to do something on a toilet, get out of there. I'd have to come and like, oh, I might want a valve or a whatever. Whereas now I can just lift that crate out. Little handle, take that in. That's basically the majority of the toilet spares. That's a little pump, that just 12-volt pump. Takes a Milwaukee battery. That's just for like draining your system down or whatever. I'll leave that in the top. But yeah, things like couple and washers, another different size couple and washer, close couple kit. That's for them Armitage Shanks toilets, I think. Different close couple kits, valves. All different types of valves. I'm not going to rake this out too much, so I'll not get it back in. Flush cones, you know, there'll be a siphon in the bottom of there as well. So that's generally, if you're working on a toilet, take that in. I've got pretty much all the gear. These Stanley boxes, they are stackable, but I don't rate them that good. Like, everything should stack on top, you know. You can click that onto there if you wanted to, but I don't use them like that, and they don't click together as good as you would think. I suppose it's just a cheaper version of the black and red stuff. I'll not say the name in case you're not meant to, but you know what I mean. But it works fine for what I want. That's the only thing. Make sure they're flipped over. So that's the toilet ones with the cable, the toilet. This one here is just lamps and lighting, so we've just got bits of lamp spares, lamp holders, a few transformers. They'll be fizzling out, we don't really use them now. Starters again, they're fizzling out, we're not using so many of them now, it's all going LED. But yeah, just various different lamps and lighting spares in there. Most of this will be, you know, sodium lamps. We can't even get those anymore. I've got 1, 2, 3, yeah, with 3 in there, 3 sodium lamps. Once they're gone, it'll be all LED. But I have quite a bit of odd stuff because the commercial stuff uses those, but again, we all get to swap the LED. So yeah, so that's me lamps and lighting in there. The top here, I've just got that, get that off, just that strap there and keep it set of taps. We often use them lever taps in surgeries on the little basins and things. Always have a door closer. We go through loads of them. Surgeries and Furniture Village and what have you. There should be a Digilock. Go through loads of them as well. Digilocks. We always keep one of them on the van. Right. Up there. And there's the nosy dog coming to have a little look. Hey, Winston. I've just had to stop for 5 minutes. I'm absolutely roasting. I'm just having a break. Just a couple of minutes. Then we'll get back onto it. Right, I'll be 5 minute break, cool down a bit. So we'll go through these boxes now. So on the top, that's my main screw box. That only just fits in the top, so I've got all my screws. I just take that little box in if I'm going to do a job, but that's my main reserve one. Then I've got my second reserve, which is in the workshop, and then my third reserve, which is in the stores. So plenty of screws. This one's with a pig here. Get back in. That's in. Right. Top Stanley box. It's miscellaneous, so it's got literally odds and sods in there. That's a problem, accumulate all this sort of junk in that other van. I've thrown a load out, but I'm just keeping what I think I might need, bits and bobs. Don't do a great deal of plumbing, but got the odd little bit of fitting in that which might bail us out if we need to. That's in that one there. And then we've got electrical sundries. I've tried to label everything so I know what's in, because I try and remember where I've got stuff. Nice having the clear lids as well so you can actually see. So a few back boxes, grommets, fire clips, trunk and fittings, just bits of things, little connectors, I don't really know what you call them, 3M, I call them jelly connectors because they're full of like greasy stuff. I mean there, a few clips and that. This is probably going to be the most boring video yet, isn't it? Going through all my gear what I've got. Cracking on. Right, plumbing. There, box full of plumbing fittings. Again, I've sort of narrowed down what I had. I used to have loads. I had loads and loads of stuff. I've just got a few basics there because we don't do a great deal of plumbing now. Bits and bobs, but it's there for if I need it. These cases are better. In the old van I used to have a shelf and like little boxes, so I'd be raking around in little boxes. These are much easier. These cases. So this is my electrical intercom emergency lighting. There, one emergency bulkhead. Keep plenty of extra stock in the stores, but just keep one on the van in case we happen to be somewhere and they want one replacing. A couple of the little 3 watt or 2 watt or whatever, 3 watt emergency downlights, and then just general intercom spares for the Videx systems, just keypads and things like that. So that in there. Oh, someone's bored, someone's yawning. Ah, hilarious, hilarious. Right, electrical, these me switches, sockets and sensors and everything. These are nice, these cases. I'll tell you how we got these. We bought these impact drivers and they came in these cases like a plastic insert in. I was just going to chuck them because I don't like to keep them in the boxes and stuff. But I kept them, and then obviously I was one short. You can get these, they're only about, I think about £6 for one of these boxes. Anyway, I'll show you what is in. So in here we've got a few sockets, a few double sockets, switches, plates, just general bits like that. There's another back box, a few sensors, photocell sensors, modular switches and things, bits and bobs, plugs, general electrical bits and bobs. Oh, finally on this last one. The ironmongery, so this has things like locks and handles and hinges and bits and pieces in. Set of door handles. There, we always use them at the surgeries. they're the best ones, these Euro spec ones. If you want any, always use them, best quality. Always fit quality gear, so you don't have to go back replacing stuff. So we've got them there. We have got a window, UPVC window handle. We use a fair few of them. Just general bits of brackets and things, a few hinges, door latches of all different sizes, just odds and sods, bits of all sorts really. What's that there? Perco door closer, electric door release for the intercom like door entries, and a few scrap little bits of wood. They always come in handy for if you haven't to like fill little bits of holes where hinges have been, wooden dowels, bits and bobs like that really. A few patters, I think it's in there outside. Plastic patters. Yep, a few plastic patters. That's about it for these boxes. Right, round to this side. So what have we got? We've got the Milwaukee Hoover, good bit of kit. That's got my key cutting equipment in, the key cutting machine and key blanks and stuff like that. Little radio, got these couple of pop-up cones, come in handy. I don't actually remember what I've got in that. Oh yes, I know what I've got in that other box. Behind there, got a little, I'm not going to drag it out, but I've got a little toolbox that's got spanners, like ring spanners and sockets and things in, but it's a pig to get out. It's behind there, I don't really use that much. In this box here, we've got bits for the tools, so recip saw blades, angle grinder discs, all different size hole saws, bits and bobs like that. That's locked, yep. Got the Milwaukee multi-tool, the M12. That there is what I made. It's a handy little bit of kit, that isn't it, Jack? We always use that. Just a little like workbench if you want to, you know, if you're on some on the floor, something you want to cut a little trim or drill, you've got that, so you're not drilling on the wall and that. Jack's laughing, but he uses it all the time. Good bit of kit that. Right. What's in that box? That box there, I think I've just got a toilet plunger and bits and bobs. I don't even know. I'm going to have a look. I don't know what we've got. Right, toilet plunger, drain cleaner, a few wedges for putting under ladders and stuff like that, just bits and pieces like that. I think there's a little pointing trowel in there as well. Just odds and sods again. Half this stuff I forget what I've got. Yeah, and then there's those couple of shelves there with bits of glue, silicone sprays, solvent cleaner, spray grease, some carpet glue and stuff like that in there. And at the top again, just odds and sods of funnel. I don't really know why, but I've probably used it. Some masking tape, bits of string, sand and paper, another wedge for wedging the doors and stuff. Yep, I think that's about it. So then obviously I've got my main tool bags. I've split these because I did just used to have three. I had my electrical bag, that one up there, main electrical stuff. That's my main general maintenance bag. This one's just got bits and pieces like scrapers and chargers and files and bits in. And that's my plumbing bag. I used to keep all my plumbing stuff in with that general maintenance, but it became too heavy, so I split it now. So we've got plumbing, general maintenance, electrical, and then just the odds and sods bag. And always a must, there's a bottle of water. Always comes in handy for mixing, well, washing things out if you're on site where there's no water. A little drop of water is always handy if you need to mix a bit of mortar or something up. Ideal. I think that's about it in the back. I think we've seen everything there. Right, round to the front. Oh, I've got Jack's mints. We need to be quick. Jack's got his real job to go to. He's a soldier on Call of Duty, so he's twisting there that he needs to leave and do that. So, right, not really much to show in the front, to be fair. Keep it nice and clean and clear. Got obviously just a few wipes and bits and bobs in there, and a couple of books like the 18th edition book and Wrong way around. It's the 18th edition, that's my emergency lighting book. Alright, and mints. Jack's mints. Jack's phone charger. High visors. First aid kit. Visor for when we jet wash them. I'm choking on this mint. Woolly hat. And me mask, me respirator thing. That's about it in the front. I like to keep it nice and good. Knee pads in there. I keep forgetting what I've got. What else have I got? Southwest Durham tape measure. And those stud things. What else have I got in here? What's that? A pair of driving gloves that I never use. And a notebook that I never use. So there's not a great deal of storage in here, but you don't really need it. We've managed, we've adapted anyway. So that's pretty much it. Right, so that brings us to the end of the van tour. I hope you've all enjoyed it.
No, we haven't.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
You got it on Monday.
Can't put that in.
It is, it's going on. That's the one.